Hello everyone, my name is Melissa Ospina Flores, and today I will be talking about the definition of didactics of English, and also I will be expressing some important aspects about the distribution and the different phases of our pedagogical practice, some practice guidelines, and the rights and duties that we have as students and teachers in formation. So, the definition of didactics of English, the way I see it, according to what I have read, it means that it evolves around like several aspects that we must consider as teachers to activate a proper way of teaching for a proper way of learning from our students. In this case, well, we can learn about different strategies, methodologies, and techniques that will certainly allow our teaching to be way more successful. It helps us be more organized. So, while learning about these different concepts and theories, we will also be able to develop certain creations, such as syllabus, with the help of techniques that will also follow along an adequate study according to the different views and perspectives. So, that's basically what I got from the didactics of English. It's a way to create like a better or organization in our mind so we can offer our students a better format to learn. Now, let's talk a little bit about practice guidelines and rights and duties that we have. So, the practice guidelines and rights and duties that we have are to primarily understand the procedure of the practice itself. That is one of the most important, if not the most important aspect that we must keep in our minds. We must know how the practice works and how it is distributed, what we should do, and exactly when and where we should do it. So, other than that, well, we should also assume with great responsibility all the procedures before, during, and after the practice. It's also important that we include, well, that we have a health insurance group. We are included in a health insurance group because if we don't have it, then we cannot begin with our practice. Other than that, it's also necessary for us to distribute and plan our time effectively because, well, some of us have busy lives, some of us work, we have our own personal issues, so it's important that we, like from the very beginning, we distribute and we organize our time. Like that, we can fulfill the hours that we are supposed to be working in our practices. All right, and it's also important, like in any other scenario, and as personal human beings, for us to maintain a positive communication with the people that we are going to be interacting with teachers that are going to be in the scenario that we will be attending to, and also of course from our university. So maintain a positive communication, have a decent personal appearance, that's a must, and a good attitude. We're supposed to be here because we want to, because we are in that process of becoming teachers. So of course it's important for us to have a good attitude and want to achieve lots of things. All right. And other than that, well, we should be responsible and follow the schedule. We have agreed to have and prepare everything according to the guidelines of each step. So it may seem like a long, difficult process, but we just have to be organized and take each step in the amount of time that we need and that is necessary, of course. We should also be aware of the practice sessions and go to the ones that take place in our practice scenario and also in our university. There will be practices that we must have in our university. It may be online or we must have to go to the university. So it's important that we have that clear in our minds. We should also inform a university, the people that are in charge of helping us throughout the process of the practices, if there might be any changes regarding location or if maybe we have to be absent due to emergencies, among other changes that might be relevant. We should have a good communication with them as well and inform them in case of an emergency because that happens sometimes. So, as students that will become teachers, we have the right to receive explanations as to what to expect from the practice. So I already mentioned that we have to belong to an insurance group, a health insurance group. That means that we must be affiliated to the ARL. And the university will do the whole process, but we have to be able to let them know that we already began the whole format with the ARL so that they can continue. Without this, we cannot begin our practices. And other than that, well, as a right that we have, we receive a certification at the end stating what we have accomplished along the practice hours. So the practice hours, let's talk about that. There are 32 hours in total. So the practice hours begin in phase 2. Right now we are in phase 1. We're getting to know how it works and what we will be learning. So in phase 2, we will have 8 hours of participant observation practice, 2 hours of material development, and finally 3 hours of SAPEC. After that, in phase 3, we're going to have 8 hours of participant observation practice and 2 hours of material development. The last phase will take place at our university, including 3 hours of SAPEC, 3 hours of e-portfolio, and finally 3 hours of simulated scenario. So that is pretty much it. I appreciate your attention. Thank you so much. Goodbye.